Alright, hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It's Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. As you can see, for the time being, I have fixed the echo of my mic, so hopefully we should be good to go and in business. It's troubleshooting for the win, baby, yeah. Enough of that, because WWE finds himself in Berlin, Germany, for the first ever WWE pay-per-view slash premium live event to emanate from Germany, that being Bash in Berlin. I, as always, am not a professional wrestling reviewer or analyst or anything like that, just a man who enjoys a good time. And I must say, I had a really, really good time with this show. Like WWE, in my opinion, has been absolutely killing it with the international shows. Those as of late, between Backlash, Clash of the Castle, kind of money. Elimination Chamber was also really good, but Bash in Berlin was also really, really good. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, I'm gonna be talking about what I liked and disliked about each match. I'm going to go match by match, starting with the opener for the undisputed WWE Championship, as Cody Rhodes defended the championship against Kevin Owens. So, Cody Rhodes offered KO the match for the title. Kevin Owens didn't want the shot at the title, which Cody insisted he take it. Owens feeling like he didn't deserve it. Now, this is what I'll say. It's I'm not always a fan how WWE books their faces. Like Kevin Owens, I know is supposed to be a face and supposed to be more heroic and everything. That being said, though, why would he turn down a shot at the championship, even if he doesn't deserve it? I don't deserve the $100 that I find on the street, but I'm probably still gonna take it if I'm being honest, unless obviously I know who dropped it. But if I just find like a random $100 bill on the street, I'm probably gonna take it. Do I deserve it? Not really, but I'm gonna take it. And so, why did Kevin Owens not take the WWE Championship opportunity? He feeling like he doesn't deserve it. Cody tries to reassure him that, oh no, you do deserve it. You helped me out with the bloodline and everything, which, yeah, fair point. But also, they brought up a couple things. For starters, they brought up that this is Kevin Owens' first singles title in that if Kevin Owens had won the match here, which we'll find out if he did or not, it would have been his first singles championship in WWE in 7 years, which means his last singles title was when he was United States champion and when he and AJ Styles were trading the U.S. title back and forth. Now, admittedly, that is criminal. Now, Kevin Owens has been tag team champion in that time, but he hasn't won a singles championship in that time. Even if it's not the World Championship, you didn't at least pop like an Intercontinental or United States Championship. And now I know Kevin Owens doesn't want to win the Intercontinental Championship anymore because he has the same amount of Intercontinental Championship wins as Bret Hart, and thus doesn't want it anymore. Or Owen Hart, I should say. He has the same amount of Intercontinental Championships as Owen Hart, so he doesn't want the title anymore because he wants to keep on par with Owen Hart. Kevin Owens obviously big fan, respects Owen Hart, which is why he chose his ring name to be Kevin Owens, of course. But yeah, still, you're not gonna you wouldn't turn down a championship opportunity. So admittedly, it was kind of weird. But the other thing they bring up is Kevin Owens' history of betrayal, how he's betrayed almost everyone he's partnered up with at some point. He betrayed Kofi Kingston, he betrayed Chris Jericho, he betrayed Sami Zayn, he betrayed Big E. How many will Cody Rhodes essentially be next? Was the story. Yeah, and I love how Kevin Owens was pretty much like all of them deserved it except for Kofi, which yeesh, but yeah. So nevertheless, Kevin Owens gets the shot here, and pretty good match, I would say. It is the second longest match of the night. Another story being that Kevin Owens wants to use kind of the underhanded tactics, or or like the devious in a way tactics. And by devious, and the reason I kind of the reason I don't really want to use the word devious is because that's pretty much it's that Cody tweaked his knee. Owens brought up Cody he possibly injuring his knee, Cody denying it, but they do have a spot where you could tell the knee kind of hurting, or at least Cody selling it like it is. So Kevin Owens not wanting to go for the knee, which it should kind of play into like Kevin Owens is a face now. Heel Kevin Owens would go after the knee. Again, you're trying to like you can still be a face, but still also have that edge and be able to do what's necessary in order to win. Cody had to do it. He almost chucked stairs at AJ Styles back at Clash of the Castle. And that's the thing. Like, it's one thing to have a heel, be a face, not wanting to do the heel things anymore, but don't have them be totally. I don't necessarily want to say incompetent, but like unwilling to do what's necessary, because then you do make them look a little weak. That being said, though, I think it still does. They get the point across. They get their story across us really well as to what they want to do. I think I got him. But no, I didn't. There he goes. But they do kind of get their story across, what they want to tell. Kevin Owens a bit hesitant to hurt his new bestie Cody, and not wanting to go back to that dark place. He almost is pushed to it. When he does like kick Cody's knee, at least he didn't kick out his leg from under his leg like Owen Hart did to Brett. But Owens not wanting to go for the apron powerbomb movies used to success, a move that absolutely annihilated people like Sami Zayn. But Owens not wanting to go for it, but it ends up costing him as Cody puts Kevin Owens away with the crossroads. And so afterwards you think Owens gonna turn, but nope, he shows the respect to Cody afterwards. So they still maintain their respect, and I wonder how things will evolve from here. As this recording, the turn still has not happened yet, but we know it may or may not be coming at some point. But yeah, so pretty solid match and pretty solid action between the two. The story they told was pretty easy to follow and understandable, and yeah, so excuse me, pretty good way to open the show. But then next up for the women's tag team championships, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill seek to win back their tag team championships against the unholy union, that being Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn won the tag team titles back at Clash of the Castle because somebody had to win in Scotland. But ever since then, Bianca and Jade have been gunning for the women's tag team titles, especially bringing up like, hey, you never actually pinned us for the titles, which, fair point. But then again, there's a lot of other wrestlers who use that same argument, and it doesn't always work out. But because of that, they're gunning for the championship here. This match, pretty okay for the most part, or did what it needed to do, that being showing off even more of Bianca and Jade's like cohesion and everything, including Bianca and Jade actually getting the win and getting their tag titles back. So, unfortunately, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn end up having kind of a short reign, but at the same time, they're still building Jade up. They're having her, I think, putting her with Bianca for now, putting her with like one of the top stars in the women's division until Jade like really breaks out her own. At least in WWE, I think is a smart move. It makes sense, and they end up getting the win and the titles here. So congrats to them. But next up in a strap match in a very personal whole rivalry continuing here. CM Punk once again battles Drew McIntyre. Now a couple things. One is before the match. The other is more of a hindsight thing. Something I actually just read earlier before doing this review. For starters, they actually do contrary to my to what I mentioned in my, I believe it was SummerSlam predictions, is this time around they actually do call CM Punk the Cult of Personality. So I guess that is a nickname of his. CM Punk has had quite a few nicknames, but I wasn't sure if Cult of Personality was one of them. But sure enough, Michael Cole calls him the Cult of Personality here. So, cool. CM Punk officially has his nickname, but also, apparently, from what I read and earlier, they did an interview with AJ Lee where she said she hasn't really been watching the rivalry between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Which, on one hand, sure, I'm sure she's busy with other stuff and everything, but at the same time, A, it's your husband, and B, you've been brought up a lot, like in the feud, dude. Unless she's capping, in which case, hey, more power to her, I guess. But yeah, so gotten very personal, and strap matches usually are hit or miss. Like we've seen some good strap matches in WWE history, such as the Texas Bull Rope match between Eddie Guerrero and JBL at Great American Bash 2004. Probably the only good match on that show. If you haven't already, go check out my review of that. I did a little while ago. But yeah, this match was all kinds of brutal, and you knew it was gonna be brutal because CM Punk busted out the white gear. It's kind of a rule of thumb in pro wrestling: white gear equals that person's bleeding. But CM Punk nevertheless busts out the white gear, and these two absolutely brought it. Drew McIntyre even beating the crap out of Punk before the belly of the ring, before the strap is even attached to them. But pretty much the objective, if you've never heard of a strap match, you've never seen a strap match, pretty much the objective is to touch all four corners, and they have like the lights and everything, which is why Drew McIntyre didn't get the fire pyro that he normally gets when he does his entrance. But you have the light poles green for CM Punk, and red for Drew McIntyre, because face ace good, so green, red, heel, bad. I guess does this count as color theory? I'm not entirely sure, but nevertheless, so they have the lighting system there. But you may be like, Nigel, touching all four corners, that sounds easy. It's easy enough until you remember there's another guy strapped to you who with the strap there, and they do kind of play into it oftentimes, like their opponents like dead weighting, so that they couldn't reach the corners, and these two absolutely brought it, like absolutely beat the crap out of each other. You could feel the hatred, you could feel the vitriol between each other, including Punk not only getting his bracelet back, but hitting a GTS, and how the match actually closes. CM Punk hits a corner, hits a GTS on McIntyre, and goes to another corner, hits a GTS on McIntyre again, just finally taking out all that frustration. And of course, on the last one, as he's about to hit the last one, Punk then grabs his bracelet, puts it back on, hits a GTS, and finally touches the last corner, in order to secure the win there. So now McIntyre and CM Punk are tied up. So what will the tiebreaker be? As we move towards Bad Blood, we will get to that when we do our predictions for Bad Blood, of course. But yeah, a really fantastic match. Like Punk definitely proving he still got it. And McIntyre doing really well with him as well. The story, the hatred, the vitriol, you could feel it within the match. And yeah, just a really, really fantastic match. And you can now buy the bracelet. It's the CM Punk family bracelets on WWE Shop. In fact, I'm about to look up right now. I just want to see how much it is. I'm probably not buying it. And apparently, the original creator of it, may or may not have received the compensation or royalties, or even been aware that they're now selling it on WWE Shop. Now, the original bracelets came with the how it was on the original bracelet, saying like AJ and Larry, but now it's a more generic one that just says CM Punk. So cool. Well, and the friendship bracelet, it's only $9.99. And, oh, okay. And oh wow, would you look at that? Liv Morgan has a 3-pack bead necklace set as well. Oh, so WWE is definitely tapping into the jewelry market there. They know where the money is. But but yeah, and again, and like it's not just about the bracelet; it's the symbolism, which I think is sadly what quite a few people are missing. It's the symbolism of it, that being McIntyre with the taking away CM Punk's family and Punk eventually getting his family back. Now, first of all, wash that bracelet because it was in McIntyre's trunks. He like pulled it out, and it was kind of gross. But also keep that thing with you and probably don't bring it out to the shows anymore or anything because it might get stolen again. In fact, actually now that I remember, Drew McIntyre actually broke the bracelet. He like broke it to pieces after he lost to Punk here at Bash in Berlin. So, so McIntyre essentially has broken the bracelet, but it's okay. CM Punk, you can always buy a new one. And on WWE Shop that is, but. Next up in mixed tag team action, the Terror Twins, that being Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, seek to take down the New Judgment Day, that being Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan. And it's always weird after a tag team breaks up, especially a team that's been together for a while or a faction that's been together for a while, all of a sudden fighting each other. Does that feel weird to anybody else? Maybe it's just me. Raise your hand in the comments or like put a comment if that feels weird to any of you as well. Maybe it's just a me thing. Like, hey, when former tag team partners, these people have been traveling together and been teaming up, break up, and then fight each other. Like, obviously that's the conclusion, especially if it's not like a mutual tag team breakup. If it's like in this case where Dom and Liv turned on Rhea and Damian, and it does feel weird. It feels weird for like the rest of the Judgment Day. Now it's attacking Rhea and Damian, and excuse me. But this match, nothing too crazy, nothing too special. Essentially, doing what it needed to do, getting down to the point that being Dom and Liv spending the majority of the match running from Damian and Rhea respectively. And a lot of people were questioning that, kind of upset, like, why are they running so much? Why don't they look that big a threat to Damian and Rhea? Missing the point of the chicken-ish heel. Pretty much running from confrontation. Unlike the Street Profits, Dom and Liv do not want the smoke, but obviously Damian and Rhea want the smoke with them, and Rhea, of course, is pinning Liv with the Riptide. So now, of course, it'll lead into their matches is Damian is fighting Finn at Bad Blood, but Rhea is seeking to take her women's championship back from Liv at Bad Blood. It's that. But as for this match, kind of more of a means to an end, and kind of some fun action, kind of to I don't necessarily want to call it a palate cleanser, but kind of just a cool down between matches, between like the strap match that we just saw between Punk and McIntyre, and then obviously what's coming up as the main event. So kind of a stopgap, kind of gives the crowd a chance to catch their breath, but still some fun, like decent action, but it does still feel a little weird. But how will the Terror Twins continue to evolve from here? We will find out. And now it looks like Jey Uso is also getting in the mix as well. Like he's officially kind of aligning himself with them. Obviously, he has the little crush on Rhea, and Rhea almost seemed to reciprocate hate. But yeah, so again, kind of a means to an end, kind of stopgap, kind of give the crowd a chance to catch their breath. Essentially, it was this match. Not quite bathroom break. There's still some fun action here, but but then in your main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther, the ring general, defends against the Viper, Randy Orton. So this actually ties back. They do tie this back to what happened at King of the Ring, and where Orton was pinned, but not completely. So nice of them to work his way back into the storyline. Long-term storylines, people. definitely love to see it, or at least just acknowledge canon. Don't pretend like canon doesn't exist. And that's the thing I'm noticing within the Triple H era. A lot of stuff matters now. Like canon starting to become canon again. Like you're not just gonna totally forgive someone because they turn face or heel. The heels who turn face, some people are still on edge. Some people were still on edge when Jey Uso turned. Once Jey Uso turned face, the only person who the only two people who really trust him were like Sammy and Cody. Or in this case, Ace and we tie it back in. See, it's not a total tangent. We're tying it back in. In this case, Randy's shoulders not being totally pinned down, so kind of feeling like it was a tainted victory at King of the Ring, and so it's brought back at here. So I do like the interweaving to bring things back and to make things cohesive. I think is a really good thing to see. So as for this match ruled. Like Gunther's put on a good match. Randy can still go at his age, and of course, I don't think I've talked about it that much, but Randy, for his age and for what he was going through, is in really phenomenal shape. Probably like the best shape of his career. I'm talking muscle on top of muscle, oh baby. But yeah, so both putting on a really good, really solid match. Match is fast paced at times. It's technical at times. Ultimately, Gunther choking out Randy with the sleeper or to put him away. Hey, and then afterwards, there's the show of respect between the two. It is the longest match of the night, a half hour, but thankfully, it doesn't feel. It's long, but it doesn't feel long in the tooth. If that makes any sense, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like they're dragging towards the end of the match. It definitely feels very nicely paced and some people who disagreed with Randy being like Gunther's first opponent, but if anyone can get a great match out of Gunther, it's Randy. If anyone can get a great match out of Randy, it's obviously definitely Gunther here. And having someone with a lot of experience like Randy going after the title here and giving Gunther a really good first test as world champion, not quite mid-card champion like he was with Intercontinental Championship anymore, but now as world champion, I think really well done. And Gunther showing the respect. Gunther definitely was taken, and at least in kayfabe, was taken to the limit by Randy, and so showing that respect towards Randy. Will we see the same result as Gunther gets set to face Sami Zayn in the near future? We will find out. So really awesome way to end off the show. And that is going to do it for this review. So for the strongest week's match of the night, the strongest is I gotta give it to both world title matches were really good. The World Heavyweight Championship between the Universal Championship and the Undisputed WWE Championship, I should say, and the World Heavyweight Championship match. I definitely gotta go with the World Heavyweight Championship match here, especially with Gunther kind of getting that home field advantage. Although it was funny how they started singing like Randy Orton's theme, but then kind of gave up and then tried to sing it again. Randy, he and Gunther definitely brought it in the main event, and the strap match was also really fantastic as well. As for the weakest match, probably the women's tag team title match, unfortunately, at least compared to everything else on the show. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see the drops. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Bash in Berlin and my review. Did you like Bash in Berlin? Did you like my review Bash in Berlin? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.